Hey, what's going on? This is Mike, and I'm sitting here with my lovely wife.
Mare.
And this is I Don't Want to Watch That. A show born out of quarantine and telling people to stay home and almost martial law. I don't think we're there yet, but I think that might be coming. Tanks down the streets, who knows? You know, the Navy sent their giant ship, the giant hospital ship to New York today, and like a bunch of idiots, there are pictures of people gathered at the pier to greet it. Like that.
Guys, come on.
Think. Come on.
Use
guys.
your heads.
Think. But fuck all that. We're here to talk about Real Housewives.
Why not?
Instead of Real Our Lives. And I know, I just came up with that too. That was fantastic.
You're so pleased with yourself.
I've got the biggest shit-eating grin on my face right now for that one.
Oh boy, gosh.
So I am a dad, and I like dad jokes. So me. I think it's just a thing that happens. Anyway. So yeah, Real Housewives, the name of the show, I Don't Want to Watch That. If you want to find us online, it's idon'twantowatchthat.com. On Twitter, we are Don't Want to Watch, and the O in don't is a 0 because some fucking loser took Don't Want to Watch and never tweeted ever. But on Instagram, that fucking jerk off, he did not make it to Instagram.
You really hate this
so
guy.
we got Don't Want to Watch. Oh, I do hate this guy. I hate him a lot.
I could tell.
I hate him a lot because I hate it when I find a Twitter name that I want to take and somebody has it already and they've done nothing with it. And the guy literally has done nothing. He made the account in like 2010 because he was watching The Bachelor with his wife and tweeted 0 times.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So anyway.
Fuck that guy.
Exactly. I'm glad I convinced my wife finally. Fuck that guy. I would try to convince her for a week to hate this guy with me, but she has not.
But now I understand.
Yeah. So now enough with fake Twitter beefs. First and foremost, we were drunk last episode.
Very drunk.
And so if you haven't listened to that episode, I suggest you check it out. But I didn't do the power rankings at the end of the episode, which I typically do. I don't know what we were talking about at the end of that episode because, like I said, kind of drunk. But the power rankings were Bethany, Ramona, Jill, Luann, Kelly, and then Alex. And so it was the first power rankings with Kelly, okay. So I felt like I just had to establish in there. And she was ranked second to last because I kind of don't like her right off the bat, but still not bad enough to where she's Alex, where she could supplant Alex as the worst person on the show.
I wish you guys could see me raising my eyebrows at Mike right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She's raising them so hard. Her glasses came off her nose.
Because I can't wait to talk about Kelly.
Well, she's the worst.
Let's get into it.
We all know it. So we're going to start off with episode 4, like we said before.
Yes,
we're doing
if you have, and the title of that episode was, If You Have Nothing Nice to Say.
So really, if we're going to be talking about Kelly, we should just not say anything. So we should just leave dead air, I guess, whenever Kelly's on.
Yeah.
And if you've listened before, you know our dogs are sometimes a problem. Lenny's been a problem all day, so
all
we apologize in advance if he barks. But he's been cool for the last little bit, so we'll shut up. Anyway, episode 4. She's picking out the new apartment fabric.
Yeah.
Jill.
Well, Jill redoes the apartment, and Brad is the one that redecorates it, and so far she hates everything
he picks,
every single thing that he picks, and she's very, very annoyed with him. And this is, I think, like the first time we see this part of their relationship, because normally it's like
part.
Normally it's fun and it's a little bit of a reminder too that he works for Jill.
Oh yeah,
Jill is his boss.
Yeah. So that almost gets you to start thinking, like, how much is this, like, work and how much is it really a friendship? Because I know Jill definitely loves him, but how much for him is it,
right,
I want to hang out with this person? I almost have, like, Alex and Simon questions about him.
Yeah, yes.
Like he's a little bit of a social parasite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say it like that.
All right, some interesting things happen with him.
But yes, I do agree with you. I do think that there's some sort of power play here.
Clout chasing.
What did you just say?
Clout chasing.
Okay.
Yeah. We can talk about some more clout chasing later, though.
Yes.
So, yeah, there's really nothing much else was going on there.
Yeah,
They
she's
clashed,
just super annoyed. Okay.
Yeah. No, we got Alex and Simon. They're planning their renovations.
And they are just as awful as you think they would be while they are planning to renovate this building.
Those of you who don't know me, I am a general contractor in my real life. I don't work in homes though. I do buildings and shit, but they sound like the worst clients ever. Like they sound just absolutely awful.
Like
so I hated them beforehand, but then seeing them in an environment that I've been in and been the guy that they were being douchey to. Yeah. I hate them even more. Like, I didn't even know that they could go to the basement of the building. I hated them.
Not even saying to this architect, like, hey, this is what we were thinking. We were thinking maybe of doing something like this. Yeah. Instead, they're like, this is what we want. Mm-hmm. And this is why we're right.
Well, I mean, look.
And I don't know.
It's their place. So right, they gotta... So they gotta deal with it. Maybe but the one scene that really stood out to me was when they were talking about putting the kitchen on the second floor.
Oh yeah.
It was just we want all this marble and granite, so we may need to structurally reinforce. It's sometimes that's just not fucking possible. You know what I mean? You don't want a giant steel beam running through your house to support the rock your fucking kitchen is built on. I don't know. Yeah. It's just stupid things. But anyway, that's just me talking shop. So let's stop talking that because nobody cares about me and building things.
Well, Bethany, we can move on to Bethany and her first photo shoot. I don't want to say her first major photo shoot with Social Life magazine, I guess, which is a Hamptons magazine, and she's just loving every single minute of how glam she is.
You know what kind of I thought of while this was going on, because this is the first time we heard about the magazine Social Life. All these people are just in this weird circle of each other. Yes. And they just give each other their money. Yeah. So I don't know where any of it actually goes. It's just... Yes. It's all... I don't know. Is that the big reveal at the end of the show? Is that what the goal is? Is this the end of Lost? Did I figure it out already?
No. But they're all in the same circle. I mean, that's the whole point of the whole...
But I'm just saying, in terms of finances and stuff, they just give each other their money, and it just goes in a circular motion. Nobody really
but it's the same
produces anything.
Yeah, but it's almost, but it's if you got to think about it on a level too. Not that it makes it any better, but within your family. Yeah. How much did that person leave for the wedding?
Yeah.
How much was in that envelope?
Let me go check the spreadsheet. Yeah, I'm not filling out the check till I get there and see what the dinner is. Yeah.
My grandmother has said that.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that makes sense too, because our own friends or weddings
within
and
their
shit that
own
are the
social standing.
Yeah, we had our wedding, we collected money from everybody, and we go to everybody else's money and distribute that money back out.
Exactly.
Nobody really gets ahead. It's just going in a circle. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. They're already ahead, but for us, we're all it's the same thing. That's all I mean. Instead of weddings, they have charity events, and they just give each other their own money.
Yes. That is the basis of a lot of Real Housewife franchises or charity events.
Well, I mean, of course, you got to have something there that creates conflict, and these charity events certainly create conflict as we find out.
As we learn later on. Much later on.
So the photo shoot goes great. Nothing really...
Yeah, there was nothing really... But I think for me, as a Bethany fan, and knowing her, where she is right now, I'm enjoying watching young Bethany, before she's Bethany, big skinny girl is. Bethany, with her brand, and she's a boss ass bitch now. So it's kind of cool to see her, so excited about this first big magazine shoot.
And I assume you're referring to boss ass bitch Bethany as in Bethany that's on Twitter yelling at billionaires.
Yes.
I fucking believe me. I am a socialist at heart, so you can
yeah, she's so badass. She is
so
I
badass. Appreciate the shit out of that.
Yeah, so that's really that's all I wanted to say.
Kidding about
it's
being a
cool
full-on socialist.
On my end. Let's see. Oh, there was another kind of shady ass edit that the show did, that the producers did. They did a back-to-back edit showing Ramona and Mario at their pool in the Hamptons and how beautiful and luxurious it is. And I even thought in my mind wow, That's so pretty.
Yeah, they just walk out their backyard.
Yeah,
it's like a
it's
half
so
mile to the
beautiful.
fucking
It looks
pool,
like
too. There's all gardens around. There's no
it's beautiful.
house behind them with like a dumb fence.
Cut to Alex and Simon in
Yeah.
their backyard in Brooklyn in their fucking corny ass pool.
Well, not even corny ass pool. It was a blow up pool.
Yeah,
so when
corny.
they were done in the pool, they had to deflate it.
Now listen, I'm not knocking an inflatable pool
Certainly
in Brooklyn.
We
lived in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
We know it. Like, yo.
Oh, I feel you.
But the way that they act,
it just goes. Yeah, it just.
my
goes,
God.
It just goes back to the stuff that I was saying last week or the other day, where they're living our lives and trying to live their lives.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? Like, we've been in Brooklyn. We've lived in that fucking house. Like, we didn't have the whole house, but we lived in that fucking house.
Yeah.
We had that backyard. It was the same fucking... It was exactly the same. Like, there's zero difference. And all of a sudden, they're trying to go to the Met and trying to be on the Upper West Side and trying to do all these things that... Yo, you ain't built like that.
Son?
You ain't built like that. But yeah.
So I thought that was a really funny edit. Let's see.
One thing I did notice though too. One thing I did appreciate about that was when Simon was straight up relaxing in that pool.
Oh yeah.
He treated that no different than like the beach at St. Bart's. Like he was at the same level of relaxation. Like it didn't bother him.
Weird flex, but okay.
No, but so what I'm saying is like he knows that's where he belongs because he's comfortable there. He belongs in a blow-up pool in the backyard of Brooklyn.
I'm kind of envious of that though. That you could get to that relaxation point like anywhere. That's some serious meditation bullshit right there.
Now that I think about it though, maybe he just has a switch that he flips because he was just as relaxed when he was getting that hot massage thing the week before. So like maybe he's either relaxed or not. Maybe he's just binary when it comes to that. And so he just flips the switch and he's like, boom. He's at 100% relaxed. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is.
I'm envious of that.
Yeah, that's why he can sleep in that bedroom too.
Oh God, that bedroom.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. So then we got Luann and Bethany. They're doing some...
They're planning the
planning
antioxidant dinner
Yes.
with the American Cancer Society. And
Right.
Luann, sorry guys, if we're lagging a little bit, it's because we watched these episodes a couple of days ago. We're reading off of our notes, so it's if we're
we're fine.
I know we're fine, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Sure.
Yes. So Luann's dinner for the American Cancer Society. She is trying to put this dinner together for women who are getting treatment in the city and staying in this hotel.
It's almost like a Ronald McDonald house.
Yeah.
For people who are getting treatment but can't afford like a hotel for the weeks that it takes.
So Luann wants to put together a nice dinner.
Yeah. Which is absolutely admirable. Which
Yes.
is way better than her trying to teach somebody how to interview for a fucking medium paying job.
Yes, and basically tells Bethany that she's going to be cooking. Doesn't ask her, but tells her that she's going to be cooking for this. So that's where we're going with that portion of the episode because they're building up to the big blowout.
Well, one of the notes I have from this was like, I loved when they cut to Bethany on like the side camera thing, and she was like, because they were talking about Luann's book about class, and Bethany was like, just because you marry somebody with class doesn't mean you have it.
Yeah.
With like implied class with like a title doesn't mean you have it.
Marrying someone with a title doesn't give you class.
100% true.
Yeah. Let's see, what else?
Oh, we had Ramona and Kelly, and they're chilling at I can't read my notes on that one. I don't know where the fuck they are, but Ramona's making jokes about how big she is. And I was like, yo, Ramona, everybody's big to you. Come on. You gotta appreciate it. But Ramona's like a little firecracker. Kelly is gigantic. She's
a big girl. Big isn't tall.
Yeah. And,
oh my God, I'm just gonna stick my foot in my mouth.
So Kelly invited Ramona to like an art show or some shit, and
yes,
Ramona studied, and it was really funny because like Ramona knew everything, and then by the end of it, Kelly was like, "Well, I mean, Ramona fucking wrote the book on this guy," and then Ramona was like, yeah, why are you going to invite me to a thing you don't know shit about it? So I thought that was really great.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know.
I think we should just kind of fast forward and just get to the infamous fucking dinner that they're setting up for with Luann and Ramona.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can do
Because-
that. I mean, there's just a couple
First
things.
of all, yeah.
I don't really even have any notes. It's just the same.
Well, no. Well, Bethany shows up, starts setting things up, and Luann makes that. Bethany mentions that she had her photo shoot with Social Living and says that she made the cover. And Luann's first comment is,
"Congratulations! Are they retouching it?" That's fucked up.
It's so fucked up.
I mean, to be honest, though, like I feel like almost Luann, like as an actual model, like she was just asking that question in general.
But she's also coming from a place of major insecurity.
Oh, Luann is?
Luann, yeah.
But again, so that's why she probably wants her own photos touched up if she's gonna be.
Exactly.
She's not asking anything like. I didn't take it as like it was a weird first reaction, but you have to take it that she's saying it as a model, and I feel like that's just like a general thing that happens for modeling. You know, like it was a weird time to ask that question.
Yes,
but But it spun off into like a huge beef that like.
Yeah, Bethany was not happy. But she did do the right thing and keep her mouth shut.
Yes, that's
and save it for later, where she totally loses it on Luann. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, and that's the right place for it. Unlike where Ramona and Luann had their little.
Oh God!
beef.
Oh my God! It was Ramona just couldn't like. She just can't help herself. She just keeps getting in her own way, and it's really wonderful to watch. I'm sorry,
but the best part is so like she's so unapologetic about it.
Yeah,
and she just kept like, I mean, if you guys, I'm sure you all know, like when Ramona made the comment about the Count's age, she was like, "Yeah, he's like 20 years older than you. Like you married a guy half your age when you were 20, or double your age when you were 20. Like, what do you know about like how to fucking?" Because they were both arguing over how Bethany should date.
Right. Yes. Thank you.
And Ramona was just like, "Many men." Many, 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 many men. And Luann was like, yeah, no. Pick a guy.
Yeah, pick one.
Oh, yeah. And so then all of a sudden it turned into Ramona and Luann beef, and it was fucking glorious.
It was so good.
Yeah. And then so they get into it, back and forth. Luann walks away. She's like, yo, I should kick that bitch out. And the best part was, like, even the apology. Like, Ramona said it. And then Luann just couldn't let it go.
Yeah. Well.
And then Ramona just ended it with like the famous like, I call it like I see it, fuck you. And we loved every minute of it.
Yeah, it
so much that we went back, cut it out, put it on our Instagram account. And we're going to be doing that from now on.
We're going to try to, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun with some of the clips.
Let's see.
Yeah. And the worst part, the person who I felt super bad for, was Jill. Because she missed it all.
Oh,
she showed up like 10
did.
minutes after it happened, and as soon as it did, Bethany ranted. I'm like, oh my God, you missed this, and this, and they got a mad beef, and blah, blah, blah. Yo, it was...
Our gossip girl, Jill.
Yeah. But Bethany's just as bad, because as soon as she got there, she was like, I have to tell the gossip person. She knew the right person to tell. So I just thought that was very funny. I loved every minute of it. So
Alex and Simon going on vacation.
So they're getting the fuck out, hoping that their house is gonna be done by the time they get back.
I don't think they were expecting their house to be done. I think they were expecting it to be,
partially done. Acceptable.
Yes.
Spoiler
livable.
alert.
It's not.
No. So after that, Bethany and Luann, they go to lunch, try and work out. Actually, Luann showed up, no fucking idea that there was beef. And Bethany was like, oh, by the way, here's my briefcase of beef that I bought with me. I would like you to inspect my beef.
Do you like it medium rare?
Well, you can get a good look at the ribeye by sticking your head up the cow's ass, but I'd rather take the butcher's word for it. That was a Tommy boy. I'm sorry. I'm just going to shut up. I'm a little high.
I can't believe you just quoted Tommy boy.
I don't know why. I started talking about beef. I think of fucking, Tommy boy.
So, yeah. So the beef.
Anyway, I don't know why.
I mean, Bethany was like a dog with a bone, quite honestly.
Yeah, she wouldn't let it go.
She wouldn't let it go. Every time you thought the beef was done, it was not. It was still rare.
And to be, needed another minute on the grill, baby.
Yeah.
And to be honest, this is one of the few times I agreed with the Countess. Because she was just like in the side camera, like, I don't know why we're still talking about this.
Yeah,
I was bitch, I agree.
Yeah.
And then last was the social life party.
Oh, God, the social life party. Yeah, with the whole airbrushing scandal question.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Because you knew that wasn't over as soon as somebody asked Luann about it the minute she walked in the door.
The minute she walked in the door. And on camera.
Yeah.
So she can't even,
back away from it.
Yeah, she's got to answer honestly. And it was really awkward, but it was very funny.
Yeah. So, nothing really of note else happened there.
Yeah, we can,
So, we could just dive right into the winners and losers.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, my winner in this episode was the audience, who I've picked as a winner every once in a while. But they're the winners because Kelly only had about 2 minutes of airtime. Maybe even less. So, congratulations, audience. Anybody who watched Real Housewives Season 2, Episode 4, you only had to see Kelly for about 2 minutes. The loser in this episode is Simon and Alex's architect. Because they are never gonna fucking leave them alone. Never gonna leave them alone. They're gonna try and be the clients that try and run the jobs themselves, and then when it doesn't go right, they blame you. And you're like, dude, you took over control and fucked it all up yourself. I can't even help you. So, who did you have as winners and losers?
I'll have to go with you and say, for the winner, it would have to be the audience again. Because
great beef in the episode, too.
It was good beef, but because they didn't go to St. Bart's with Alex and Simon, so we didn't see that grotesque.
Oh, we didn't have to see the banana hammock again.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Or another gross shopping scene.
They're just so gross.
They're so fake.
So the audience won on that. That's for damn sure. Loser, I would have to say, is
You can use my runner-up if you want.
I mean, the loser would have to be the women at Hope Lodge that had to see that whole fucking thing.
Yeah. They're
down.
sitting there with fucking cancer. Yeah. And then there's 4 fucking spoiled brats. Just actually 2 at that point. Yeah. My runner-up was Jill for missing the beef at Hope Lodge. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I would agree.
Episode 5, New York State of Mind. So we start with some new beef.
We love beef.
Right off the bat, beef report.
Report.
Yeah. This is some grade A beef. We got Ramona and Bethany talking shit about Luann.
Talking real good shit, too.
Oh, it's great. So, it's funny because they're just calling her a hypocrite the whole time.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with them. Luann's absolutely a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Because in the first season.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the world of Luann.
Oh, really? Is that what it's all about with her?
100,000%.
She's going to be going out, boozing it up, acting all sultry or whatnot, and then, criticizing Ramona for doing the same thing?
Nailed it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
No, you didn't really nail it, but very, very close.
Okay. So
maybe you did nail it, but it's not specific to just Ramona. She kind of
so
does
it's
it.
Everybody.
Yeah, she kind of that's her game. She does one thing and talks a very different, weak game.
Okay, that makes sense. I could see that. So from there, I mean, they talk shit about Luann for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Nothing else. And then we flip to Luann.
Yeah.
Trying to be, they try and they really give you a real contrast. Like everybody's like, yo, Luann's a bitch. Luann sucks. She dressed too slutty. She fucking runs around and stuff and criticizes everybody out.
Dress slutty.
No, I'm just saying. And then all of a sudden they cut to her being nice with her daughter.
Well, yeah.
That's what I mean. The producers of the show, they try and
she's a human being. She's a mom. She's
I know.
complex.
I understand.
All right.
Everybody's an enigma of their own. I got you.
Yeah, and then we find out that the hamster died, and everybody's really upset in that household too. They buried it in the backyard, which I thought was sweet.
Luann just found out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she's never around.
Well.
Then we cut out from Luann out there at her crib. Alex and Simon. Returning home.
Oh yeah, I mean, they return home and the house is a total nightmare.
Oh,
I mean,
absolute
duh.
wreck.
You go on vacation before a renovation. Like, at least wait a couple of weeks if you're gonna go on vacay.
Yo, also, like, Simon was like, well, I was in vacation mode, so I saw emails from the architect, and I was like, I'll just deal with it when I get back. There are certain things that you can't proceed with unless you get the direct feedback. Like, bro, you cannot blame... Yeah. Like, that guy's sitting there with a bunch of, like...
I forgot he said that.
Yeah. Oh, I made a note of that. Again, it's my trade, so I pointed out how shitty that was right off the bat. I caught that shit. Yeah, nothing crazy going on after that. So we got Luann's going to school with Noelle, and so Luann's getting school ready for Noelle. But this is where we hear her like, "Hey Rosie, do you like Celine Dion?" Rosie's like, "Oh yeah, I love Celine Dion." And then Luann's like, man, I had an extra ticket last night. Totally forgot about you. Too bad.
Oh, yeah, God.
I was like, what?
She's just an afterthought.
Like, why would you even so make careless. That? Like, that hurts. Like,
she's
that was
tone deaf. Luann is tone deaf.
I understand it's tone deaf, but, like, man, that almost felt, like, intentionally fucking hurtful. Like, Rosie's never had a chance to go see Celine Dion. In the way that Luann probably could have taken her to see Celine Dion.
Yeah.
And that would have been like the thing of her life, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after we find out Rosie missed out on, Celine Dion, we cut to Jill.
Yeah. Brad completely emptied out her apartment while she was in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Totally emptied out the apartment to try and, give her apartment a little facelift.
He had the best intentions.
He did.
You can't just go start ripping shit out of your boss's house, throwing it in storage.
Well, you know what? In his defense, too, he did say that Bobby gave...
Okayed it?
Yes.
Oh, we know who the real boss is, though. Come on.
I know.
Brad knows what he was doing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if Brad, like, insinuated without exactly saying that Jill was on board. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or that, like, Jill gave him carte blanche, so just wanted to check with you first there, Bobby. No? Yeah.
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 I think Brad's a snake. I don't like Brad no more.
I don't know if he's a snake. I just think,
What?
How do I explain it? He's like, I don't know. He really wants to do things his way because he feels like he's right.
He's got design talent and such, yeah.
So he just has no, he puts blinders on.
Yeah, he just, all right. I was only kidding when I said he was a snake. Jeez, I wasn't trying to be that
I'm
mean.
trying to defend gay husband a little bit.
I understand. I appreciate gay husband. I was just kind of messing around. I was half kidding, talking shit. All right. So we move out there. We go to the band release party, and obviously it was a band that somehow paid Bravo to get in that,
Yeah, I don't
and
remember
that band never even. I don't remember the name of it either. So tough luck band, money well spent.
Yeah,
not.
Don't remember.
So we had Luann, Ramona, Alex and Simon, and Kelly's out there, and this is the part where Alex and Simon they tell Luann that they're writing a book.
Guys, about what, Mike? What are they writing a book about?
Oh, they're writing a book on how to raise a child in New York City.
A toddler.
To be specific.
Yes, in New York City.
Yo, let's all flash back to season 1. Their kids are terrible.
Just screaming.
Yeah.
At that dinner.
Oh, screaming, stabbing the guy's burger.
Just being little baby nightmares. And I get it.
When the one
kids are tough.
Yeah.
They are really tough.
When the one kid went for the intelligence test, he was intentionally putting the blocks in the wrong thing. He was doing it so fast and so accurately wrong that he knew exactly what he was doing, but he was just fucking with the guy.
Right.
Those kids are pretty awful. And I think it's got a lot to do with their parents trying to make him speak French for no reason. So, yeah.
We should get that book. If they really did release it, we should find that book.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And we could read from
excerpts. Yeah. That would be like reading Aunt Pat's book about the rapture. My aunt wrote a book about the rapture. You should check that out. It's on Amazon. It's called Surviving the Tribulation. I am not lying.
All right.
Anyway, so Jill does show up, and Mario is just pestering the shit out of Jill because he wants
the
another
tennis match. Yeah, they want that tennis match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, season 1.
Oh yeah, he can't have his lady looking bad.
And now he has the opportunity to play, so everybody could see him.
Oh yeah.
In his glory, doing his thing.
But I totally agree with Jill because they're trying to set him up with somebody that Mario picks. Like, and I'm sure that whoever Mario picks is gonna play their best, but I don't think Mario's gonna pick somebody that he doesn't think he can beat like 9 times out of 10.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So I don't know why they're like push it. Like that part is super weird to me. It's like, hey, you're gonna play a pairs game, but I'm gonna pick your partner, and it's weird that you want to pick your own partner. Yeah. We're gonna make it seem weird.
But
like,
Jill's no dummy.
I know. She sees right
no
through
dummy.
it. Yeah. And she pushes for her own way, and she's absolutely right to do that. So let's see. So that was about it, really. Then
there was like that cute little cooking lesson at Kelly's house. With, Luann and that amazing celebrity chef or whatever the fuck Kelly called him. Some bullshit.
Like, let me ask you something though too. Like, and believe me, I'm not knocking this guy as a chef by any means. I'm sure he makes spectacular food and stuff. But like, put chicken in a piece of lettuce. Like, you don't need a fucking celebrity chef to come over, throw some chicken in a fucking skillet, couple of mixed greens, and then inside of a fucking piece of lettuce. You don't need a celebrity chef for that. So that was either flexing on Kelly's part, just to be like, oh, look, I got celebrity chef friends, or it was some weird product placement.
It could be either one.
It could be either one.
Yeah, it could be either one. And we learned that one of her daughter's names is Sea.
Yeah.
As in the ocean.
Yeah.
Which is, listen, you're going to name your kid what you want to name your kid.
Oh, absolutely. But
you're going to name your kid Sea.
That's just weird. Yeah. I mean, I would understand if you named the next kid, like, Air. But, like, you didn't. You named her, like...
Sea.
No, but, like, the other daughter had a regular name.
Oh, really? What was the other daughter's name?
I don't even know, but I just remember thinking to myself, like, what the fuck?
I need to look up what her other daughter's names are.
But like that's why C was acting like a jerk off at the fucking lunch. Not even like a jerk off.
Why was she act? She was just being a kid.
Put like a mountain, finish your food, sit up straight.
Oh yeah, well yeah, she was being she was
being a kid, not being a jerk off. That was strong. But you know, if my mom named me C and my other sister, you know, I don't know, Kelly, that's. I would be like, Mom, why were you fucking with me?
No, Mike, it's C and Thaddeus.
Thaddeus is the daughter's name? The other daughter's name?
Yes, C. Louise and Thaddeus Ann.
Yo. You know what it was? You know, they probably called her Ann during the thing.
Yeah, maybe.
That's probably what it is. Yo. Thaddeus?
Yeah, her
daughter's name. Get the fuck out of here.
What is Thaddeus?
I wouldn't even name a pet Thaddeus.
Well, let's look up what Thaddeus. What is Thaddeus? Let's see.
I don't even know, but it sounds ridiculous.
Thaddeus. Oh, Jude the Apostle.
What about him?
That was also known. It was Jude the Apostle. Jude, also known as Judas Thaddeus, was one of the 12 apostles of Jesus according to the New Testament. All right, whatever.
Wow, that's
even
dumb. Yeah, that makes it even worse. Anyway, so enough about bad kid names. So from there we go shoe shopping with
Ramona and Avery, and it was cute. They were trying on shoes, and Ramona was gagging over all these shoes that they could make a designer shoe for her in Italy. In Italy.
Oh yeah, so then they flashed the price of the custom Italian shoes, and it was more than everybody's stimulus check. It was like $2,000.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a cute little moment for Ramona and Avery. Avery put on those like killer grown-up heels, and Ramona was like getting all emotional about how big her daughter was, and I thought it was a very sweet moment and kind of a nice moment for Ramona, which we don't really get to see too often.
Yeah.
The softer side to her.
I agree. I'll buy that.
Yeah.
So we go to Bethany and Luann. Now, Luann is giving her
dating advice. Oh, Lord. It was so bad.
We already saw what Luann's thought process was. And also, she was... Yeah, this was real bad, too. Like,
yeah,
she was really
bad.
knocking women back down a hill, I felt like.
Very submissive. And,
yeah.
And,
she was like, they're like the damsel in distress.
Yeah, you have to speak softly.
Yeah, and just ask them questions. Let them do the talking. It's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
She's not trying to fucking marry somebody in some weird hierarchy of fucking British rule. Like, she's just trying to go out on a date.
Yeah. And her date ended up being, I thought, was super cute.
Oh,
Bethany's date. No, I thought it was cute, though. I mean, no, he wasn't a herb.
Yo, if somebody's like, I don't curse, you're a fucking herb. I'm sorry. Like, that's so dumb. It's dumb to me.
But he could cook. That's a big plus. The dogs are barking right now. Mike just went to go over to, like, silently talk to them.
Like, they're not even barking at each other. They're just, like, the fucking Ray is just laying there like a jerk-off barking. I don't know what the hell's going on with these guys.
All right. No, but I thought... Okay, getting back to the date, I thought the date was very cute.
Yeah.
And very nice. They cooked in the kitchen. Yes. They cooked what they were eating. I thought it was cute.
Yeah. Before we moved on to the date, though, there was one thing that I wanted to note, like, because when Bethany and Luann were at the dinner... Luann was telling him how Alex and Simon were writing that book, and then Bethany said, "Yeah, they should write a book on sneaking through an air vent into a good party." That was fantastic. That was excellent. But yeah, I didn't think that these two hit it off. Like, Bethany's too fucking, she's too vulgar. She curses like a like. I think.
Yeah, no, I got it.
They're opposites. Like
but they're both chefs.
Yeah. So I think that works for them, but I
thought he was cute. They don't end up together, obviously. Exactly, but I'm commenting on how I thought the date was cute.
And I agree with you.
Do you though?
Yes, I just said I did, but the guy was a herb. Just because of a cute date doesn't mean he's not a herb.
What? But like, what? Just because he doesn't curse, that's why he's a herb?
Yes. And he also talked like a herb. He sounded like a herb.
All right, fine.
That's all. Yo, that's my opinion. Yo.
All right. Damn.
He gave off strong herbish vibes. He moved
I get. You know what?
He moved here from Kansas because he fucking knows how to cook.
I didn't even.
No, I don't know. I made that up. But he's definitely not. I don't think he's a born and bred New Yorker. He didn't sound like it. And I think that, I think Bethany's more gritty than he is. And, just like Luann said, I think the guy wants to be more gritty than his lady. And I think you need a man. And I think that Bethany was more man than him.
Okay.
He was soft.
He was soft. All right, he was soft. Yeah. Okay.
So, let's see. So we go to the health expo. Bethany's there. For whatever reason, she invites Alex. I don't know why anybody wants to hang out with her.
I know. They have a cute little baby friendship. What can I say?
Yeah, just because
Alex is there.
Alex happened to be there all those times.
There's something about Alex that Bethany likes. Yeah. And okay. I'll leave it at that.
And the funniest part about their conversation here is, like, Bethany's telling Alex about the date. And Bethany's like, yeah, he owns the fucking restaurant STK or whatever the fuck it was. Do you know it? And Alex is like, oh, yeah. Well, you could tell by her face that she had clearly no fucking idea.
Yeah.
And I could tell because I do that all the time, too. And sometimes it's not even, like, on purpose or to seem cool. Sometimes it's just the first word that comes out of my mouth, and I'm not even listening to the question.
I can admit that I've probably done that.
Oh, too. Yeah. And a lot of it is because it's like a panic yes when you're barely listening to the person and you're thinking about something else.
Yeah, you're not engaged. Yep.
So, yeah, I've definitely been there. So it was one of those two things where she either spit it out when she was... And you know what? Now that I think about it, it was probably the second one because she was probably thinking about fucking her social life or whatever. Or like another way she can maybe inch up a rung of the social ladder. And then she was, oh, yes, I know that. Of course I know that.
And then I guess Bethany and her, they were talking. Yeah, they were talking. Alex was kind of giving Bethany her backstory, her dating backstory, and what she used to do, and all that nonsense, and what Bethany needs to do, and
everybody's got mad advice for Bethany.
Yeah,
let Bethany live.
Alex
Let her breathe,
is like, Alex says that comment like, I like to hunt and kill. Bethany likes to watch and wait.
Alex sucks.
And like you look at her, I don't know. She's just so fucking awkward. I can't even. I don't even know what to say about her anymore.
Well,
that hasn't already been said.
So let's go into shitting on her house with Jill.
Yeah, Jill goes to the house and just takes a big old dump on it.
Oh, it was fucking ridiculous.
She just doesn't give a fuck. She's like, how could you live like this? You're living in squalor.
Yep. She's like listening to what their plans are. She's like, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
Why
terrible,
would they even
awful.
want to do that?
You know what? You want to save old things in the house?
Bad.
Don't. It's bad. What you think
that
is
molding?
Yeah, that molding.
No, it doesn't go with that.
Yeah, that she starts talking about. You know, homes on the Upper West Side, you know, when you see those things in the apartment, they're a gem. They're beautiful. In Brooklyn, not so much.
Not so much. Yeah, see? They know. So that was the end of the episode. So for winners and losers, you have any in mind, or you want me to run through mine? Run through mine? Okay. So, I think Todd was the winner of this episode. Even though, Todd, Bethany's date.
Okay.
So even though I thought he was a herb and he's soft, he got his restaurant on TV and he got to take a shot at Bethany. It didn't work out, but he got to shoot a shot. So Todd's the winner of this episode. The loser of this episode is Rosie because she missed out on Celine Dion. I felt really bad for her because of how much shit she's got to take from Luann, even though Luann doesn't even know she's fucking dishing it out. But yeah, Rosie, tough episode for Rosie. So who'd you have?
The winner? I'm going to say Victoria, Luann's daughter, because she's packing up and she's going to fucking board school to get the fuck out.
She was on my list of a possible winner.
Yeah. And then the losers are obviously Alex and Simon, because they got played with their renovation. They went on vacation thinking everything was all goody, and they got back and it was a nightmare because they're idiots.
It's not goody.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on. Episode 6. We actually watched this one just beforehand, so it's fresh. And this one episode opens out. It's runway running, and there's some beef at some fashion activities.
Well, first, like, can I just say, it's very surprising to me that Kelly is a writer, and she writes for, like, she goes to all these events and things, and she keeps saying how many things she's invited to, and I'm invited to this, and I just can't believe I'm invited to this, and I go and get invited to this.
I'm invited to 99.9% of runway shows.
She sucks.
Yeah, I hate her.
She sucks.
Yeah.
Man, she's hard to watch. And she's crazy. And this episode, you finally get like, oh, this bitch is cuckoo.
Yeah, you get a little bit of, like she says,
man.
she contradicts herself
all the time.
Yeah, it's just really weird. And I caught a couple of them.
Yeah.
But
so Jill goes to this fashion designer, Zhang Toy, and she's trying on all the things, and she's living in every single outfit, and she looks beautiful and wonderful, and my God. So she's setting up a...
Jill looks good, too.
She does. She looks beautiful. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
They set up a fashion lunch. And, so they were setting up the fashion lunch.
Yeah, this was the pre-fashion show, fashion lunch setup.
Then those editors, guys, those producers, cut to Simon and Alex in Brooklyn.
Doing the same shit, but bootleg version.
Yeah.
And, I'm sure that there's plenty of hot designers in Williamsburg, and I'm not trying to fucking knock them. I certainly am not. But if you could afford a place in Manhattan... You don't open it up in Williamsburg. That's just, that's just the way I feel.
Well, now, Williamsburg is the spot. It's more expensive to live in Williamsburg than it is in the city. Just saying.
I think it had its period.
Once
the L train went down for repairs, people the property values dropped because it's the only fucking way you can get out of Williamsburg into the city.
But at that time...
Oh, at the 2009 time?
At that time, Williamsburg was just starting to pop. I don't
disagree. It's not like they fucking lived there, though.
No, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was in college and 2006, 2007, like going to hang out in Williamsburg and all these.
Well, because you were so cool.
God, I wasn't that cool.
Oh, you were cool.
I wasn't cool. But going to Williamsburg.
were you like the Alex?
What do you mean?
Try to be cool. Like try.
You know what?
I'm not. Yo, you don't want to say you wasn't cool. I thought you were.
I was just myself.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to be cool. I wasn't
That's
trying
cool.
to be
All
anything.
right. Yeah. I hear you. Okay.
How dare you?
I was just
compare
asking
me
a
to
question.
Alex?
I wasn't.
Are you
I
out
was
of
asking
your mind?
I was asking your opinion
What?
on it.
I can't wait. I have to suck.
I
Wait a
didn't
minute.
say
It just like really just filled my soul up.
I didn't say so you were the Alex. I said so were you. So I was asking
But
your
that you would even
opinion on it.
insinuate just because I said I wasn't that cool.
I'm just trying to relate.
I'm very.
your
I need you to
comments.
understand that I'm very hurt right now that you would ask me that question.
I'm very sorry. I was not trying to do that. I was just
If
like I said,
anything, I'm the Jill out of all of them.
Okay, yo, chill out. I'm not trying to be like a fucking,
Maybe with a mixed with a
Facebook
little
quiz.
bit of Ramona and Bethany.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see you being a combination of all three of them. Yeah,
But
oh man, we just stopped talking for the dogs.
I'm gonna go check on the dog real quick.
Yeah. So anyway, Ray isn't here, so it's only the big dog.
Oh, because he's got my sneakers.
Oh, that's good. You shouldn't leave him on the floor. I tell her all the time, don't leave your shit out, but she does. So anyway, so we got Alex and Simon there at the designer in Williamsburg, and Simon is just being a fucking creep, like he always does, and he probably doesn't mean to be, but he's just saying like weird stuff.
Sorry.
He's talking about like
What are we up to?
wiggle. We're talking about them.
Oh, God,
thing.
yeah,
So
the
he's like,
story.
hey, how does that thing move? Wiggle for me a little. And
If you ever asked me to wiggle in a stupid fucking dress like that, I'd probably do it.
I know you probably. If we were alone, not in front of other people though.
In front of the cameras.
No, not even in front of the cameras. In front of the two people who made the fucking dress.
Mike, wiggle a little.
I just did it. And then at the end, like he was making a weird pregnancy joke too because he's.
Oh yeah, because I guess
he's got a vasectomy. So it's like, it's physically impossible unless science is defined in my balls or something stupid like that. You fucking corny jerk off. So leaving them, thank God. We've got Jill, Bethany, and Ramona. They're planning the arthritis event, and like Bethany gets frustrated with the lack of like actual details, and I totally appreciate that from her because I'm a details person also. Like everybody's just big picture, like we'll have
fluff.
food in the corner.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
There's gonna
standing
be drinks.
cocktail party. There's gonna be food stations.
Yeah,
we'll
things
have
to eat.
drinks. And Bethany's like, but what kind? Like we gotta know.
What
like,
are we
that's
doing?
not gonna help.
Yeah,
Like,
what's the budget?
Yeah, Bethany comes in
and
there.
just
She's like,
basically takes over.
she's like, boom, boom, boom. We need this much per ticket. This is how many people we got here. We're gonna have food here. I'll make 4 signature cocktails. I'll do this, that, and the other. She's just taking over, and that's that's why Bethany's invited, and that's why Bethany's awesome.
We love
Gets
Bethany.
shit done. This is a Bethany household. So after that, we got Kelly at a Russell Simmons show. Luann and Ramona are there. Alex and Simon show up. And this is where we get some beef. We get a little taste of beef, a little appetizer of beef, a little beef app. And
Yeah, I mean, Simon is coming for Ramona, and she did not call.
Yeah.
She did not want anything to do with him. And quite frankly, like, looking at that, he's super creepy and aggressive.
Yes. To be
Very
fair, though,
creepy.
he's not wrong.
Okay, but his whole approach is so
Oh, yeah.
creepy.
Pick the time and place. Pick the...
Yeah, he's like
You know.
hovering over her. She's sitting.
Yeah. It's a weird look, too. Like, you're standing and towering over this little girl. Like, like, you gotta think of the optics when there's fucking cameras around. And you're gonna be doing this on television.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, to be fair, again, he was not wrong. Because she was just like, I think you have no depth. And while I think we've all come to that conclusion, and she might have come to that conclusion by watching the television show, but on the television show, she doesn't really talk to him much.
Yeah.
Like, the first time they met, she just exploded on him for fucking being
I
a
don't
girl's
disagree
night.
with you. I don't disagree with you.
And then, but his response was like, when she was like, you got no depth, he was just like, you don't fucking know me.
He didn't say
never
the fucking.
talked to me.
He did not say the fucking.
Yeah, I know. I paraphrase here. I'm not writing down exact quotes.
He did not say fucking.
I don't disagree. You're right. I'm sure he didn't say fucking.
Okay, so Luann. Let's move to Luann and Kelly shopping at Malo.
Ooh.
Getting ready for New York Fashion Week. And just Kelly's just being such a, I don't want to try on clothes.
I don't like to wear clothes.
I'm
I don't
a model.
do things. Yeah. It's like, bro, you trying on clothes for a living. She's like, oh, I feel like I'm at work if I'm putting clothes on.
And she puts on the dress and she looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
Fuck
good for her. Yeah.
Great. That's all we wanted you to do was just put on the dress. That's all Luann wanted.
Yeah.
Please.
They gossip a little bit.
Yeah.
They're talking about Jill's charity. They're talking about how much Ramona and Simon hate each other and why. And Luann was like, Ramona can be a bit abrupt.
Yeah.
That's the classy way to say that she doesn't like her, really.
Yeah.
Or that she's a pain in the ass. You know, because they are fresh off beef, though, so I'm sure that's all fresh.
And then we get into the whole Kelly and Charity conundrum.
Oh.
Yo.
I caught it the first time. I had to rewind it, but...
I mean, no,
to make sure.
she just... I couldn't... You have a hard time just following what she's having to... Just what she's saying.
How she's trying to excuse her way out of it, essentially.
Yeah, man. I mean, so she's not happy about the charity invite. She doesn't do charities. I'm not a charity. I don't have time.
First she says, I don't have time for my own charities. And then Luann's like, oh, really? What charities do you do? She's like, oh, I don't do charities.
Right. I don't
want my name on things.
Charities. Yeah. Then this whole
which
thing
turns
with
into a whole weird thing on its own. But like, so let me ask you this, like, because she obviously, it seems like she just wants to hang out with famous people.
Yeah.
Like, Alex and Simon are different because they're status people. They don't care about being famous. They just want to be at the upper echelon. But Kelly seems like she wants to be famous. Like, or be with famous people or rub shoulders with famous people.
I mean,
so do you think that she doesn't want to do Jill's thing because Jill isn't naturally famous? Or do you think she just, like, because it's a weird decline. You know what I mean? Like,
what are you asking me?
I'm asking you if you think she's avoiding Jill's charity because Jill's not famous enough to warrant her attention and couldn't elevate her fame level, or do you think she just doesn't want to do it?
I just think she doesn't want to do it.
Okay, I was just asking because it seemed like she's a bit of a
she was relatively famous. She married a pretty famous photographer and was like, I don't know if she was like supermodel status, but she was up there.
But what I'm saying is, like, later in the episode, Kelly or Bethany's talking about how she didn't feel like she warranted Kelly's attention the first couple times she met because she wasn't famous enough. So do you think that Kelly's hesitance to do Jill's thing is because Jill's not naturally famous enough yet?
I'm not sure. I haven't, honestly, it's been a while since,
I'm just asking. I'm just, because that just popped into my head, so I was curious.
I just always think that she's just a fucking idiot.
Okay, just a fake awful person.
Just fake, just not...
Okay.
She has no depth.
Yeah, right. I could see,
She has no depth.
Yeah. I mean, come on. She named her kids C and Thaddeus. She's got to have some depth. When you have zero depth, you take it out on your kids' names. You name them like Apple or something like that. All right, so then we got Jill goes back to Zhang's shop to the luncheon. She didn't invite anybody except Bethany, and even Bethany was like, I'm not buying shit. And even Jill was like, to be honest, I wouldn't have invited Bethany if she wasn't wearing his dress on the cover of Social Life. Like, because Jill's looking to hook this dude up with people who are spending 6 figures on clothes. Sorry, bless you. Yeah. And I don't think Bethany's going to do that.
No.
No, Bethany don't care, really.
No. I mean, the clothes were beautiful.
Oh, believe they were fantastic.
And Jill was loving every minute of it.
Being the center of attention, setting it all up,
man.
Bouncing around with everybody.
And for a moment, I was
in
like,
her element.
Jill was like, you're going to come to Zarin Fabrics and you're going to pick out a fabric and you're going to make a dress for me. And I got to say, I had a moment of like, wow, that's so cool.
That is cool.
That's such a cool thing. Like, I don't know.
The way they kind of presented their business, I thought it was more upholstery.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't realize that, like, they also had, like, regular fabrics for, like, clothes and stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah,
yo, I will keep.
That's
petting
kind
you.
of
Chill the fuck
that's
out.
what my mom did. She designed textile
the
for a
fabric,
company. Yeah.
and let everybody else do what they wanted with it. Okay, so Kelly goes out and she's interviewing a designer,
Jill Stewart, who is a very well-known designer.
But like, she came off so fucking lame in this scene.
Just
like
so weird.
everything. The designer, what was her name again?
She was pretending to be a journalist.
Yeah, and she was like laughing at the questions when they were in. Like, I don't
Just
know. She had a
so
bunch
weird.
of fake
Just-
laughs. It seemed everything just. I don't know. Everything just seemed really weird about that interview, and I was like, "Oh, that's odd."
Because she's odd. She's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then, Bethany, we jump to Bethany and Jill are at lunch talking shit about Kelly. And we really get to hear how Bethany feels about Kelly.
Well, I think we heard a little bit of it when they were...
Briefly, but
in
now
Jill's
we
pool,
really get into it.
Yeah, they're diving into it. And now you hear about the backstory of, like, how Kelly was talking to Bethany's mans at some party and didn't give Bethany the time of day.
Yeah.
And at the end, gave her boyfriend the number. So this is like old beef, I think. So I almost think that this is... I don't want to say certainly not manufactured by Bethany, but if it wasn't personal, like the boyfriend thing... Because I think that definitely makes it personal.
Oh, yeah, for 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, and now we really get into, like, this is the beginning. This is, like, the beginning of Kelly and Bethany beef. Yeah. They sit next to each other at a fashion show, and Bethany really doesn't want anything to do with Kelly.
It's glorious.
Yeah.
And the best part is Kelly knows exactly, like, it's not that fun when, like, one person knows there's beef and the other person doesn't even get it. Like, but Kelly picks it up right away. And it goes right to the confessional, like, yeah, she's answering too quickly. She's fucked up.
Now, do you think that Kelly remembers Bethany from that party and is pretending like she doesn't remember her?
Oh, no.
Or do you think she legitimately does, like...
No, I think she remembers her.
No, I don't think she does. That's the whole point. She doesn't remember her from that party. She says that she's only met Bethany twice.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Bethany
they met...
said that, too. Like, that was one of the main times that they met.
No, no.
I thought so.
I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
But I think Bethany...
But, like, it was really funny. Like,
I don't think Kelly really remembers Bethany before the show, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, that's possible. That's possible. Yeah, because Bethany is, like, I met her, like, 75 times.
That's what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Because I think she said she only talked to her twice, really. But she got, like, introduced to her, like, 75 times. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
But I can see that. All right. I'm going to have to pay attention to that and see. Maybe we'll go back to the videotape and revisit this. But yeah. So yeah, straight up beef. You could see, like, you could just, like, it's funny too because they do like a pull-away shot where they both got their inside legs crossed out and they're both like almost shoulders to each other, and you could see that
body
it is
language,
just
baby,
not pleasant, not
very
pleasant
tense.
at all.
So then we get back to the very lax charity meeting.
Yeah,
and everybody's there except Kelly.
Yeah, this time Luann's there.
Yes, Luann
Alex
is there.
isn't invited either.
Alex isn't there. Alex is not there.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're getting to that later
on.
on.
Being around. All right. But Luann's there from the start, and then
Kelly shows up 30 minutes late.
Yeah.
And she just evaporates into thin air with not wanting to be any part of this charity event. She just doesn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, she shows up. They're like, this is a charity event for arthritis. Jill's like, my daughter Allie has arthritis. Allie's sitting right there. And then Kelly's like, oh, that's cute.
Bethany's like, okay, so is this her arthritis cute or is the event cute?
I had arthritis as a kid. It's not cute.
It's not.
It sucks. I still have it. It's terrible. My hands hurt sometimes. But yeah. Just like everything Kelly said, it's like Kelly was talking about Allison like she was a 4-year-old who wasn't sitting at the table with them. and she was sitting at the table, and that's what made this like all the tougher to fucking watch, like, because it was rough.
Well, why don't we get to your winners and losers?
Yeah, so there's a lot. There's a lot going on in this one, right? So the winner of this episode, and I went with this because he's been on multiple episodes so far.
Mike is losing his mind right now.
Raya keeps hitting the
has a
toy, and
he
it's
can't
really
concentrate.
fucking irritating me.
He can't concentrate.
I'm irritated for you all listening, all 8 of you. And I got it. She thinks I'm going to throw it, but I'm not. So the winner of this episode, Russell Simmons.
Why?
Why? Because this is like the second episode he's been on. So he's got 2 burns for his fashion. He's got 1 for his fashion. He's got another one for just throwing a sick party in the Hamptons. So 6 episodes so far. Russell Simmons been on 2 of them. And I think he's the winner for getting double burn.
I think Zhang. Zhang's my winner. Guys, this is so funny. Zhang is my winner because he has fashion lunch, and he probably, Jill was wearing all of his clothes, and it was really beautiful.
All right.
Who's your loser?
My loser of the episode is we met her in the first scene, didn't meet her again, and that's Kelly's assistant because she has to work with Kelly all day, and Kelly's awful.
Who's my loser? I would have to say probably Simon. Simon's a loser.
Just always a loser.
He was so awful with Ramona at the fashion show, and while you said you think he was right, it just like showed him in such a even more gross, awful light. Ugh, sucks.
So I forgot it last week, but I'm gonna do it this time. Power rankings, and we got some moving around the power rankings going on here, right? So Bethany's number 1, Jill's sliding up to number 2,
Good old
and
Jill.
Ramona's going down to number 3. I'm just starting to appreciate Jill more, and I feel like Bethany's almost a good combination of both of them, but Jill is better than Ramona. I'm liking her better.
All right.
Ramona's in the middle. Ramona's going to number 3. Luann's staying at 4. Alex is moving up to 5. And Kelly's going to the bottom because Kelly's fucking awful. Like, they're both just complete pieces of shit in my mind. But I don't know why. I'm starting to hate Kelly. I don't like her.
Well, you're never going to like her, so. Buckle up, baby.
Oh,
Kelly sucks.
In for a rough Kelly ride.
Yeah, oh my. You don't even know.
Ugh.
You really don't even know. I can't wait. God, I don't want to give any more away.
So it's 9:30. I gotta get to bed because I do have to still work, even though I do it in basketball shorts from home. So you have just listened to I Don't Want to Watch That with Mike and Mare. You can go visit our website, don'twannawatchthat.com. That's WANNA for don't wanna watch. And on Twitter, we are Don't Want to Watch. And I already ranted earlier about how the O in don't is a 0. Fuck that guy. And on Instagram, Don't Want to Watch. That guy didn't make it to Instagram.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for listening.
Wash your hands.
Yeah, wash your hands.
Stay safe.
Stay
healthy.
Stay home.
Yeah, stay home, guys, please.
All right, peace out.
Bye.
Thank you.